Warning: the Atari Creep YouTube channel is intended for a mature audience. Regardless of the subject matter, this video may contain strong language, simulated violence, and lots of psychological nudity. Viewer discretion is advised. What's up, Creepers and Geekers? Chris, the Atari Creep. How is everyone doing today? Guys, happy Atari Day. Every 26th of the month, we over at the Atari.io forums, and worldwide it should be, celebrate all things Atari. We wear our swag, we play a few games, we share our love for all things Atari with our friends, our families, our pets, our loved ones, even the vermin outside that destroy your garden, the rabbits and the squirrels and the chipmunks. I try to share it with them too, but I tend to come back with a little bit less skin when that happens. But regardless, you try, and that's what's fucking important. So this month, though I remembered, thank God, we're going to do something a little different. It's going to be more commentary, but we are also going to play a video game, because what's the point, right? We don't play a video game. But I got a couple of shout-outs, all Atari related. I have a congratulations Atari related, and I have a very specific topic myself I'd like to speak upon as it relates to Atari, both past, present, and future. Kind of a little mini revelation. And I figured I'd do it all in this big cluster, because it was literally just a quick thought I had, and it probably would take 5 seconds to relate it, and what fun video is that? And then we're going to play a little bit of Atari Video Pinball somewhere in the middle there, mainly because, well, Atari Video Pinball is amazing, but also I was trying to load Ultra Pinball Creep Night. It was a gift from my buddy Willie of Arcade USA onto our PC, and something about 64-bit, wouldn't do it. See if your retailer has a copy that'll work. I doubt they still sell that. It's a game from '96, but yeah, so that didn't work out. He even gave me a link to download it, and it still didn't work. I tried to do it on my Mac, and it's just, it could just be me. It could just be me. I'm an idiot when it comes to tech. What are you going to do? So let's get right to it. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to my buddy Brian at Brian's Man Cave. He did a video the other day. I'll try to link to it down below. If not, just go to Brian's Man Cave. You'll find it. It's called Atari in 2020. An insightful video that I will not discuss upon the topic because that is for his video to do. You need to go watch that one. But more so, I want to thank him because whenever he does some kind of an Atari-related video or he streams, more times than not, he's wearing the Atari Creep t-shirt. The one and only Atari Creep t-shirt. If you look all the way in the top there, me holding the controller, looking all like a tough guy. Only one of those got fucking made because Atari saw that I was trying to make money, I suppose, on their name. And they own it. They can do whatever they want with it, I suppose, you know. I say that was fair. But the tea shop yanked it down. It was off like a prom dress real fast. So, Brian, thank you so much for your continued support and your friendship. Really good dude. Brian's Man Cave. Go check him out if you haven't ever before. Great channel. Great channel. Second, JLove81. I don't know if she even watches any of my stuff or she'll even see this. So someone just let her know I said a huge congratulations. JLove got her first couple of Atari consoles the other day. She reached out to me. She was having a little bit of technical difficulties. And via DM diagnoses, I think we figured out that it's the one power supply she has for both units. Because I can't imagine having two consoles at home and both of them not working. I mean, it's possible. These things are, 30, 40 years old. It's possible. She got herself a 4-switch Woody and a 6-switch Telegames Woody, which I think is probably one of the most sexiest objects you could ever have on the planet Earth. Such an amazing console. But we went through all the steps. I told her about all the stuffs and the best I could anyway from however far we are apart. And I think it's just her power supply. She only has one power supply amongst both of the consoles. So, good luck to you. Congratulations on your first Atari. I'm pretty sure she's played before, but she finally owns one. She's got a nice little stack of games, and I can't wait to see her explore the library. And I'm pretty sure, I'm almost willing to bet 33.6 cents that once she gets knee-deep into Atari, that's all it's gonna matter. Nintendo's going right out. She's gonna sell all of her Nintendo shit. No more Nintendo references. That controller in her logo is gonna go away, and it's gonna turn into a joystick. I promise you that's going to happen. So now that all of that's out of the way, guys, let's play some video games. Let's play Video Pinball for your Atari 2600. Now, I can't imagine this game is going to be exciting to watch. This game's going to be exciting to watch. But I figured, you know what, I might as well have something in the background while I make my little commentary here on Atari. And it all stems back to yet another shout out, Linda the Gamer Girl. A couple days ago, she posted a video showing off her entire PSP collection. And she's been doing that a lot lately. She's been pulling out her consoles one at a time and going one by one in her library and showing the games. And I've been having a lot of fun watching it. Though, I may not be into the console itself because it's more modern than I'd like to even fucking deal with. But it's fun to watch people do stuff like that because you watch their body language, their shoulders and their eyes and their eyebrows. And I know it sounds creepy, but hear me out. You watch them go through game after game, and you could tell which ones mean a lot to them or which ones may have a story as far as I wanted to play that game, but it eluded me. You know, that kind of a thing. You know which ones have some kind of sentimental value to it. Wow, that was a horrible first round. That's okay. This is more about talking about Atari than it is playing. This is not an easy game to talk and play. I mean, it kind of is. I mean, the ball just kind of bounces around until it gets down to your flippers. And we'll talk about the game too, but... So why am I talking about Linda's PSP collection on Atari Day? Well, she pulled up a copy of her Atari, I don't know what it was called on a PSP, but it was an Atari compilation. There's nothing new to that, and any other time, it wouldn't have fazed me either way. I like the Atari compilations. I like the fact that they make those, and the Midway arcade ones, and of course the Intellivision Lives, and all that. I think it's a fantastic idea that every gaming generation has at least one, just to make sure we keep these things a little bit alive, a little bit on the brow of the youth, because it's fun to go back. And even if it's not for the kids, a guy like me, if I were to get like a PSP or a PlayStation 4, at least I have that to go back to. You know what I mean? It's a convenient way to play Atari, regardless if it sounds or looks a little bit different. Back when I had my PS2, I remember when the Atari Anthology came on, I was first in line to grab that fucker. So having a compilation is neither here nor there with me, and I normally wouldn't have shaken a stick at it. However, something didn't sit right with me when she held it up. It had nothing to do with her. Don't think this isn't a drama fucking video against Linda. I love Linda. Linda's awesome. But something about looking at that disc cover, or whatever you want to call it, VMD disc, I don't know what they call them. It sat uneasy with me. I almost felt, it just felt, I don't want to use the word dirty or gross. It just, an uneasy feeling came across me. I can't even describe what it was. And it sat with me all fucking day, and I was like, what? Why? I know Linda's really big into Atari, so it's not like she's a poser or anything. And I'm sure the games on there are just fine. The list is probably your common stuff. A whole bunch of games that you can't play because you don't have a paddle, and a handful of just like Yaz Revenge and shit like that, you know? Good games, bad games, and games you can't play because of whatever reason. And then it fucking occurred to me. Guys, I am no longer going to refer to Atari as an Atari. I'm going to refer to it, hopefully, if I remember to do so, as the folks who own the name Atari. And I realized real quick that what's happening here is what's going on with current day Atari as a brand is starting to taint my feelings towards Atari products of the past. I don't know if it's doing any good for my score here. Holy shit. I got like 50-something thousand the other day, which is not the greatest score in this, but maybe I just need to stop talking and play. But, see that? But it's starting to taint my feelings towards the brand. And luckily it hasn't seeped into, say, like my 2600 collection. And my Heavy 6 is sitting right behind me, which you can't see me. I don't have a camera on me right now. I'm all pointing at shit. There's no camera on me. But that sat with me real bad. I'm like, oh no, am I going to turn into one of those George Lucas ruined my childhood because of the prequels and the special editions and all that crap? Which I don't believe. I don't believe any of that crap. I think, all right, they're like, oh no, they're going to remake this movie. Oh, they can't do that. It's going to ruin things. How's it going to ruin anything? It's going to be either a good movie or a shitty movie, but guess what? Like with Ghostbusters and that whole drama there. The original still exists, guys. You don't have to watch the other one. It's not going to taint anything. Sure, it may distract future generations from knowing the right way of things. But at the end of the day, you still have the original Ghostbusters. And you can still enjoy it, as I can with my Atari products. But I think what's happening is this whole Atari VCS and this Atari SA Holdings, or whatever the fuck they're called there, it's actually starting to make me think, ugh, when I see branded stuff, not actual Atari products. I don't consider the anthologies and stuff Atari products. I consider them branded, like the flashbacks, if that makes any sense at all. And that's it. I didn't really have any more of a direction on this. It was just more of an idea and a thought. Oh, that would have been nice if it went through. You got to get that thing in there a couple times. Hopefully we'll do it at least once today. But that's it. I was just curious if maybe someone else felt that way. Come on. There we go. Besides me, I hope so anyway. Usually if you have a question, you should always ask it, because at least 3 other people have the same question, they say, or something like that in the room. I don't know how true that is, but I couldn't believe it. The product, the name Atari, sat ugly in my stomach, and I was just like, ugh, looking at a product that had the Atari name on it. Now, obviously, the VCS is going to do the same thing to me, unless it turns out to be something pretty decent, you know? But I don't know. How say you? And I think that's all I'm going to say there. I'm going to take that opportunity of the ball going down there to take a sip of my zero sugar cherry vanilla cola. I think I'm going to slow down on these fucking things. I think I'm going to drink a lot more water. I'm noticing I'm getting a little more portly than I normally am. And I think a lot of it has to do with, well, me being a lazy bastard, but, you know, the whole pandemic thing, I haven't been doing as much going out. And I've been eating more because, you know, I keep trying to tell myself, dude, you're not hungry, you're just fucking bored. Maybe you're thirsty for water. But instead, I make a sandwich. You know? Oh, 35,338. So let's talk about Atari Video Pinball. The actual Atari Video Pinball console, the CX380, is actually my favorite console, a dedicated console anyway, that came out at the time period. Whether it be from Atari or Magnavox or Radio Shack or whomever made one. The CX380 is my absolute favorite, and I miss having mine. I got it for $10 on eBay, and what's even better is the guy was local when I was in Arizona. So not only did I only pay $10 for a fucking crispy, clean example, but I was able to meet the guy in a parking lot and not have to pay shipping from some god unknown fucking place, you know? I messaged him like, hey, can we just not do the whole shipping thing? And he's like, yeah, no problem. So he got rid of the shipping thing, and I hit to buy it now, and I went and got it, and I love that thing. In fact, it was my very first legitimate Atari console. I mean, video, I would say. It was a review, but the very first actual Atari topic on my channel. So a lot of that holds near and dear to my heart. But going back to this game, you would think, holy shit, did you see that? I just got robbed. You would think that, you know, I mean, this is a simple, boring game. Well, all Atari is. Shut up, millennial. I'm just kidding. Go ahead and call me a boomer, even though I'm Gen X. But I love this game. I love it. It's simple. It's, you know, look at it for what it is from when it was. That's what you need to really do when it comes to Atari. Look at when this was made. And look at the physics on that ball. I know Pong did it right. Many years before this. But just look at what's going on the screen here. It is simple, I know. But if you look at the time period and the hardware on which it was running, this was as good as it got for a little while. Until, of course, Midnight Magic. And then Willie just did, what is that one? That third-party pinball. He just played it the other day. I can't remember. Go to Arcade USA. You'll find the video. I think it's called like Paddle Frenzy or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. But regardless, I used to play this all the time. I remember my buddy had this game because he had them all. That motherfucker had 2 Ataris. I know you guys are sick of hearing me talk about this. He had 2 Ataris, 2600s, a Master System with a stack of games for everything, a ColecoVision, and an Atom system, the standalone Atom, not the one you connected a Coleco to. So on this one long desk he had Atari and a Coleco hooked up to one TV. Then he had the Atom system connected to a monitor. And then on the other side, it was like a finished basement with this weird labyrinth kind of layout. It's kind of weird. It's hard to describe. But this one little nook there, we had a couch, another TV, and that's where the Master System and another Atari was. And he had a stack of games for everything. So a lot of my experiences with a lot of these games came from my buddy Gerald's basement. And this is one of the games, of course, his father got for them. And I remember they would play, like, say, Buck Rogers on the Coleco Atom system off of cassette. And while I was waiting to play, I would pop on the Atari. And, Yars' Revenge would be a go-to. But a lot of times I would just play this because it was casual and cool. And I could continue my game by just losing the ball and coming back to it afterwards. Like, say, it was my turn to play Buck Rogers or whatever. But I played this game a lot, and I got a lot of enjoyment out of this game. You can call it whatever you want. But if you've never played Atari Video Pinball, you should at least try it, especially if you like if you like pinball. Now, I'm a big fan of Video Pinball. And, I actually thought about just doing a whole series on nothing but Video Pinball. And Willie of Arcade USA, I mentioned he played a Video Pinball game on the Atari the other day. He's doing that very thing. I forget the name of it. I'm so bad, guys. My memory is so shot. So you guys have to keep that in mind a lot of times when I'm dealing with these things. These things I grew up playing with, and I'm like, I don't know what the pointing system is. It's because I don't have a memory. There are some of you who are subscribed to me, and I know that you have some outside YouTube connection with me. I, for the life of me, can't remember who you are. And it has nothing to do with, me not caring or anything. It's because my memory's bad. My memory's bad because of, I got punch drunk working in corrections for many years. So I have a great deal of memory loss and stuff. I'll bump into people I went to high school with and known for 30, 40 years. I'm just like, oh, yeah. It's so embarrassing. But, it is what it is. What are you going to do? I love this game. And if you've never played it, I say at least give it a try. It's interesting in how it works. You use your joystick, obviously. Which, believe it or not, the joystick's a lot easier. I'm using a gamepad on my computer right now. But if you press up, both of the paddles both the flippers will do that thing. But if you have to press left on the joystick to get the left flipper, right on the joystick to get that, down gets your plunger going. It's tough to, believe it or not, something as simple as this is tough to do with a D-pad. Give me a joystick, and I'll rock this fucking thing all night long. Nice, relaxing, calm. Get a lot of stress going on in your life. This is what's up. Just kick back, listen to the sounds. Now, you may consider that obnoxious. I think these are relaxing sounds. I like them. As long as they're not too loud. You know what I mean? As long as you're not blasting your fucking ears out. And you do have objectives. Much like pinball. You get the ball here so many times to get to this. And it's pretty amazing what they could do on the Atari 2600 when they did it. Considering the fucking thing was obsolete before it even came out. By the time it came out, it was already wicked dated technology. Because it took so long for them to actually get off their asses and get Time Warner to get involved. And you know the story. We don't need to talk about it again. Unless you want me to. I'm game. I'm down. Atari just has such an interesting history. And you know what? I was oblivious to all of it. A lot of people were there in the know. I didn't even know about the 7800 until, well after high school. I didn't know it existed. I may have seen commercials and never paid it no mind. Paid it no mind. You gotta remember, you're watching a channel of a guy who had a Nintendo Entertainment System, but more times than not would choose to play his Atari. Okay? You know, we're doing the High Score Squad Challenge for Astro Blast or Astro Smash, and I'm playing Astro Blast on the Atari. And I've talked about it a number of times live on Sunday night, Instagram Live, that there were times where I would literally just fuck the Nintendo. I would put Astro Blast in and just play it for hours. Play it for hours. Atari's so awesome. I'm glad we celebrate it. I'm glad it's still celebrated. I'm glad it still has a following. And I'm glad we can take the opportunity to recognize it at least once a month at the very least. You know, like a period. Atari is the fucking menstrual cramp of the video game industry. And I absolutely love it. I'm a glutton for pain and punishment. That's why I have a YouTube channel. You know what? I don't get too much. I don't get too much hell from you folks. I really don't. Not nearly enough, anyway. I'm not inviting it, but I'm just saying the type of channel I have, I'm surprised I don't have nothing but dickheads on there. But everyone just seems to be really good. Even if we don't agree, y'all seem to be like good motherfuckers. And I couldn't ask for anything better. A quiet day without kids or the woman. Some video pinball. Talking about Atari and celebrating it with you guys. I'm living in fucking the lap of luxury here. Mental luxury, but this is what's up. This is life. Until I gotta shut this off and go do the dishes. Like a good little girl. Don't take that wrong. I always call myself the housewife. Because I'm Mr. Mom. Not anymore, though. Not anymore. The girls are old enough to do their own thing. The girls can do their own thing. Ah, you fucking bastard! Okay, I do have another ball. Alright, good. Oh, my Atari symbols went away. That makes me sad. You notice how I'm the type of guy who just does both flippers? I am that guy. If I had the room, I would have at least one pinball table. There was this one we had at the local roller skating rink, a place called Roller World. It's still open. When I was a kid, when we used to go there was a space shuttle. A space shuttle themed one. And if you kicked the coin slot just right, you got a free credit. So at the beginning of the night, this one dude who was like really good, he was dead on with it. He would just fucking kick the shit out of it until someone came by and was like, "Stop kicking the machine." And it would have like fucking a ton of credits on it. And no one would be greedy with it. That was the great thing. No one would be, they would just do their run and then move on. Next person in line. By a couple of years, the coin slot had this giant dent in it. I don't even think they cared. I think they were just at the point where they're just like, you know what? It's an old pinball machine. Let them have their fun. There was other arcades. As a matter of fact, they still have the Afterburner stand-up arcade that I remember playing there. They have it in the back room. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, so we'll finish this game up. We'll finish this game up, and then I'll let you go. If you're even still here. If you are, you're awesome. So I guess I'll take this opportunity to mention the color purple here. That just so happens to be the same color as the Alzheimer's awareness color, so to speak. And, we're still amidst the Walk to End Alzheimer's campaign. We will be until September. That link is down below. There's a lot of great prizes at stake right now. Lots of great prizes. The grand finale is your choice of a custom controller from Retro Game Boys. Look them up on eBay and go see what you have a chance on winning. None of his actual joystick ones. All the game pads are on the table, though. If you have an Amiga, he's got one for you. If you have a Commodore, he's got one for you. A Coleco, you bet your ass he's got you covered. Atari 26 and 7800, yes sirree indeedy. If there's a console that could be used with the gamepad, guess what? He has an alternative for you. I don't know, no, 5200. Okay, I'm going to take that back. He doesn't have one for the 5200. I believe he's got one for the Master System as well. I could be wrong there. But either way, go check out Retro Game Boys on the Twitter and on eBay. His shop is there. Send out a love. Give him a digital hug and tell him the Creep sent you. And go look at his goods and drool over it, because in September, one of those could be on its way to you from his mad laboratory. And you'll get to enjoy it and say, yay, I got to help Alzheimer's and I got something free for it. So either way, guys, thank you always so much for watching. Happy Atari Day to each and every one of you. I hope you made it this far. It's Friday, so you made it at least that far. Good for you. I hope you get to enjoy the weekend. And guys, thank you always so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys. I can't say that enough. And until next time, hope you're doing well. Take care. Creep it real.